Ever wish you could speak English as smoothly as your favorite movie character? Or understand every word of that podcast you love? Well, you're in the right place. Hi everyone, I'm Emma, and welcome to English Learning Community. In this video, we're going to supercharge your English fluency, focusing on speaking and listening, with a bonus tip for improving your writing too. So, how exactly are we going to do that? We'll be diving into some incredibly effective techniques that I've used myself and seen work wonders for countless other English learners. Think of this video as your personal English fluency toolkit. We'll cover practical strategies you can implement immediately to boost your listening comprehension, like active listening methods and how to train your ear to different accents. We'll also explore powerful speaking exercises that will get you talking confidently and fluently in no time. Think shadowing techniques, pronunciation hacks, and even some fun vocabulary builders. And as a special bonus, I'll share a simple but incredibly effective writing strategy that will help you structure your thoughts and express yourself clearly in written English. Now, I know improving your English can sometimes feel like climbing a mountain, but I promise you, with the right tools and techniques, it can be a fun and rewarding journey. And by the end of this video, you'll not only have a clearer understanding of how to improve your English but also a practical action plan to get you started. In fact, I'm going to reveal one of my most effective secret strategies for boosting your fluency in the final minutes, so make sure you stick around for that. Are you ready to unlock your English fluency potential? Let's dive in. The salty tang of the ocean air filled my lungs, a bracing contrast to the nervous flutter in my stomach. This was it, my first sailing lesson. I, Amelia, a self-proclaimed landlubber, was about to embark on a nautical adventure. My best friend, Chloe, a seasoned sailor with a permanent wind-kissed glow, had finally convinced me to join her on the water. And then there was Captain Joe, our instructor, a man whose weathered face and twinkling eyes spoke of a lifetime spent at sea. He stood on the deck of the Seabreeze, a sleek sailboat bobbing gently in the marina, looking every bit the salty sea dog. "Welcome aboard," he boomed, his voice as warm and inviting as the morning sun. "Ready to learn the ropes?" Chloe, already bouncing with excitement, grinned. "Born ready, Captain." I, on the other hand, managed a weak smile. "I'm enthusiastically apprehensive." Captain Joe chuckled, a deep rumble in his chest. "No worries, Amelia. We'll have you sailing in no time. First things first, let's get you acquainted with the boat." He launched into a detailed explanation of the boat's parts, pointing out the mast, boom, sails, and rudder. He used clear, concise language, occasionally throwing in nautical terms like jib and tacking, which Chloe helpfully translated for my bewildered expression. It felt like learning a new language. "Now," Captain Joe continued, "sailing is all about working with the wind. Feel it on your face? That's your power source. We'll learn how to harness it to propel us forward." The initial lessons focused on basic maneuvers. Steering with the rudder, adjusting the sails to catch the wind, and maintaining balance. I was clumsy at first, oversteering and nearly tripping over the ropes. Chloe, ever the supportive friend, offered helpful tips and encouragement. "Easy on the rudder, Amelia," she'd say, her voice calm and reassuring. "Small adjustments are key." "Right, small adjustments," I'd mutter, trying to mimic her effortless grace. But despite my initial struggles, I persevered. I listened intently to Captain Joe's instructions, asked questions when I was unsure, and slowly but surely, started to get the hang of it. The feeling of the wind filling the sails, propelling us smoothly through the water, was exhilarating. Then came the challenge. Captain Joe announced we were going to practice tacking, a maneuver that involved turning the boat against the wind. It required precise coordination and timing. "Ready, crew?" he asked, his eyes glinting with anticipation. Chloe nodded confidently. "Aye, Captain." I, however, felt a knot of apprehension tighten in my stomach. As ready as I'll ever be, I guess." The first few attempts were disastrous. I fumbled with the ropes, the sails flapped uselessly, and we barely moved. Frustration began to creep in. "I can't do this," I muttered under my breath, my initial enthusiasm waning. Chloe squeezed my shoulder. "Don't give up, Amelia. You almost had it that time." Captain Joe, sensing my discouragement, offered words of encouragement. "Sailing isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. Every mistake is a learning opportunity. Now, let's try again, and this time, focus on the wind. Feel it, anticipate it, work with it." His words resonated with me. I took a deep breath, reminding myself why I had decided to take these lessons in the first place. I wanted to challenge myself, to learn something new, to experience the freedom and exhilaration of sailing. We tried again. This time, I focused on Captain Joe's instructions. I felt the wind on my face, listened to its whispers, and anticipated its shifts. And then, something clicked. I adjusted the sails, turned the rudder, and the boat responded, gliding smoothly through the water. "You did it!" Chloe exclaimed, her voice filled with pride. A wide grin spread across my face. I did. The rest of the lesson went by in a blur of successful tacks and growing confidence. By the time we returned to the marina, I felt a sense of accomplishment I hadn't expected. Speaking practice. Practice speaking this sentence aloud. Sailing isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. Every mistake is a learning opportunity. As we disembarked, Captain Joe clapped me on the shoulder. "You've got a natural talent for this, Amelia. Just keep practicing, and you'll be a seasoned sailor in no time." Vocabulary explanation. Tacking. A sailing maneuver where the boat is turned through the wind, changing the side from which the wind blows over the sails. Example. We practiced tacking against the strong wind. Rudder. A flat piece of wood, fiberglass, or metal, hinged vertically at the stern of a boat or ship for steering. Example. She used the rudder to steer the boat away from the rocks. The salty air still clung to my clothes, a reminder of the day's adventure. I was exhausted, but exhilarated. I had faced a challenge, overcome my frustration, and emerged with a newfound appreciation for the art of sailing. And more importantly, I had discovered a resilience within myself I hadn't known existed. I couldn't wait for my next lesson. The open water was calling, and I was ready to answer.